what your abilities are like, when you knew that you could read tarot, when you had the psychic abilities, and how you came up with the deck, all those
Yeah,
kinds of things.
there's a lot of story.
Yeah.
There's a lot of story
imagine,
into
yeah.
this one, specifically this one. I'm a natural born clairvoyant, but
Mhm.
of course I didn't know that until I was much older. But when I was a kid, I used to say things. I used to know things ahead before they happened. I didn't know that they didn't happen yet.
Right.
In my mind, things happen always at the same time,
Right.
right here, right now.
Sure.
But I would run to my uncle, in tears, and I told him that his son was just killed by a horse around the corner on the ranch. In my mind, in my reality, it happened that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran,
Yeah,
to my
yeah.
uncle, and everybody, the family, all ran out,
Sure.
And my nephew, he was on the horse, well and alive, riding the horse, having a good time.
That day, yeah.
They hated me,
Right,
they
right.
hated me. It only happened 20 years later.
Wow.
20 years later, he died by a horse in that corner. That same corner when I saw it happen.
Wow.
A horse beat him down to the ground and crushed him
Wow.
to pieces when he was 22 years old.
Wow.
Yes.
So that kind of
Yeah,
obviously
this is
sparked-
where I
Right.
started to know,
Right.
that I'm not completely fucked up. It's something,
Yeah, sure.
excuse my language, but
No, of course.
yeah, up until then, I just thought, my family always pushed me away a bit. They didn't like things that I said,
Mhm.
and they would ignore me, and
And
always
how
made
would you
me feel.
receive is it visual, is it auditory?
No, I just know.
Oh,
I
literally.
know stuff, and I have a memory of it.
Mhm.
It's like I remember it happened.
Mhm.
But I don't hear voices, I don't get visions,
Or
nothing
dreams or
comes
anything.
in smoke,
Right.
nothing of this nature.
Right.
I'm extremely realistic kind of psychic.
Uh-huh.
I mean, as we keep talking,
Uh-huh.
you realize I'm very realistic,
Mhm.
and I manage to avoid, I don't talk to dead people.
Mhm.
I don't go with the spirits.
Mhm.
What people assume spiritual for me is psychology.
Mhm.
I understand the psychology, the psyche of a
Mhm.
person,
Mhm.
and I figure out, how this person make decisions. And when I see what is coming their way, and I know how they're going to handle it,
Mhm.
my mind predicts the outcome results.
Wow, yeah.
But it's extremely rational process. A computer can do it.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, actually computers, they do that now. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm becoming obsolete. But in any way.
And so how did that transfer into tarot?
Okay, the tarot come much, much later in my life.
Mhm.
The tarot comes after the age of 30, when I got to LA after a major trauma in my life. Very intense. I'm not going to get into details. And I was seeking advice for the first time. I went to see a psychic. Up until then, I had nothing to do with all
Sure,
of this.
yeah,
I was I was
yeah.
a designer and
Yeah.
a painter and a businesswoman and
Yeah.
out of style. And this psychic, when I met her, which was very difficult to find her, I heard about her. She was very selective. She agreed to see me. And she had this deck of cards, very unique. I never seen tarot before. She opened the reading, she stood up and she said, "You starting your destiny right now. Your life begins now."
Wow.
And I'm like,
That's
wow,
pretty
yeah.
daunting.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, if my husband is gonna come back to me, are we getting together, are we gonna make the money, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, what do you mean? She said, I don't know. And about your husband, it's not about your kids. It's like, she said, everything is going away. Life is going to take everything away from you. This is your story. And I'm like, okay, where? And she said, right in front of you. And I'm like, you are in front of me. And she said, here. So that's what it is. She said, I don't know what I'm talking about. Here it is.
Wow.
I fell in love with her deck and we started to talk about it. She told me the story, how this deck came into her life,
Mhm.
which was completely a fluke. In any rate, some people during the 60s, they had got messages through a Ouija board, how to create this new deck for the new era.
Is that, well, that's fascinating.
Yes.
I mean, is that how all tarot started? Is that the
No.
idea, or just this
Just
one deck?
this one
Got it.
deck.
Okay.
They never finished it. They all died, other than the last woman, old, on a wheelchair up in Carmel. And I found her. She knew about me. I didn't know anything about her. I wanted a deck. I wanted to work with this. I was fascinated by this whole concept. It was different than normal tarot. Then I started studying other tarots and compare, and it was nothing of the same.
Wow.
And yeah, it was supposed to enlighten, our generation. And in any rate, she knew about me. She said she was sitting in her wheelchair. She waited for me 10 years. She said through the Ouija board, they knew about me coming. They knew that I'm the artist and I need to take it. And one we did, she's the last one of the group. And basically gave me the book, her blessing, and she died.
Oh my God.
So here again, and of course I lost my husband, I lost my kids, I lost the money, I
All
lost
that
everything.
stuff did end up.
Yeah, it was just me.
And so how long have you been doing this, Maya? This is your profession now, obviously?
Yeah, well, yeah, I have to do it. When I
Right.
stop doing this, bad things happen. Yeah, well, it's in my soul. So
Mhm.
I created the whole deck, I painted it, I published it, I wrote the book, and I'm still studying and teaching and studying and teaching. It will never end.
Yeah.
One day I'll pass it on
Right.
to the next generation.
Sure.
It's going to be a computer game.
And so what is, so what is, I mean, a typical reading, do you have people that are coming to you that are, that are sad or that want advice?
Yeah, usually people call a psychic when they're in trouble
Mm-hmm.
and they're confused and they need to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them, it's about, relationships or business money.
Yeah.
Those are the boring readings. Every once so often you have one that is into development, self-knowledge.
Mm.
Those are the ones that I seek.
And so how does that apply to the deck?
It's a school.
Forgive me, I don't.
It's a school in
Oh.
session.
So you
It
literally,
teaches, yeah,
okay.
it literally talk to the person and teaches them
Mhm.
about who they are, where they're at, and how to work with themselves
Mhm.
and to develop their skills and to eventually tap into their real work in real world in real time.
Mhm.
So it's an amazing tool of self-development. Depends how far the person is willing to go.
Sure.
Always up to the person. I always tell people, I can never tell you more than what you already know.
Mm.
Maybe you don't know what you know,
Right.
and I kind of get tuned into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you only what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
I never tell you something new.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah.
You.
If I sit with a person, you see me all bored and sad, it's because he's bored and sad. Right now I'm feeding on your enthusiasm,
Yeah.
and it brings it up.
Could we do a little bit?
Yeah. It's a big deal. What we can do,
Yep.
let's see how it's gonna slide here.
And this is your deck, right?
This is my deck, yeah. Those are like the real originals. They're
I
big.
gotta be honest, it is fascinating and really intriguing that it came from, the Ouija board, that, I guess that group of tarot readers, is that
Yes.
what they were?
So let's, the thing with this is like you can ask questions
Mhm.
if we open it like this. You can ask a question and we'll pull a couple cards and see what it tells you.
You wanna go?
You wanna go?
So I just got married recently, and we've been talking about having kids, but we're not really sure what that next step should be. So I guess I will ask, are there kids in the future, in the near
Okay.
future?
Pick 3 cards randomly, whatever. Yeah. I'll flip them exactly the same order that you put them. Yeah. Oh, not in the near future.
Not in the near future.
Not in the near future. There
And
is some
that's-
doubts and hesitation, and for a very good reason too. There's a lot of, first of all, you're getting very, very busy.
Yeah.
You're
that
getting
is-
very busy, so it's definitely not the right time, to approach a child.
Yes, that's
But the
exactly
other
correct.
thing, there is also a lot of expense happening over there.
Mhm.
A lot of expense, which is the opposite of saving money.
Yeah, we're looking to buy a house, so right,
Okay.
that's obviously gonna.
Yes, so the
right.
investment comes first. Then there is a lot of busy time, very busy.
Mhm.
And then you have a whole different aspect going on next year with your wife. That will be issues that you guys will need to resolve as
Mhm.
far as both your works and your
Mhm.
interest in life.
We
There is
literally
gonna
just had
be-
the conversation about our work life.
Yes, it's going to be pulling
Mhm.
a little bit, and that will put you both on hold until you find the place where
Mhm.
it works for both of you. So I would say for at least 3 years, it's not even a subject.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta be honest. That's not a surprise.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. I mean, yeah, I have a twin brother, and he and his wife just had a baby. So Emily and I
Yeah.
are like, oh man, we want a baby
Yeah,
now.
we want one.
Yeah, we
Can
keep
get
talking,
one?
and it's just like I don't know. We don't see how it's gonna work yet.
No, it's
'cause
a
of-
full-time job.
Right.
It's extremely demanding. And again, when you bring a child to the world, it deserves, to have both parents, a little bit more chilled
Yeah.
and not, on
Yeah.
the go all
Yeah,
the time
yeah,
and,
which
and
is
too
exactly,
busy.
It
Yeah.
feels like is where we're headed. So
Yeah.
that was really
That was pretty
that
cool.
was really awesome.
These pictures are beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, they are. And so did you literally make these?
Yeah, those are big oil paintings. The
Yeah.
originals, I have 78 big oil paintings.
These are
And those are just photos. This is just digital images of
way.
the big oil paintings.
Do you still
Yeah,
have all of them?
of course.
that is
I keep this.
he's right. They're
Yeah.
gorgeous. Wow. Do you want to?
Yeah,
Can
I'll
you
do it.
do a question?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Should
Should I
I
ask
move
the questions
these, or
first, or
should
I
I-
pick the cards first?
Uh,
Keep those there.
You can keep them aside. Just
Yeah.
close them and put them aside, and then there'll be enough. A lot of them has many different, and parallel meanings.
Yeah, yeah.
So for
And
me,
I
since I'm-
also, is it in combination they mean
yes,
certain things?
that's
Go ahead, Chris.
that's a trick. Just the way you put letters into words.
Right, right, right. You wanna
Do I
ask the
ask
question
first or pick cards
Yes,
first?
you ask first.
Alright. Thinking about leaving my job and pursuing more creative tasks full time. Would that be a good idea or a bad idea?
Pick 3 cards. You see, sometimes I get the clairvoyant kicks in even before the cards open, but you getting something interesting is coming your way, but from another state or another country. It's a far away situation. It's not right now, but you're gonna get an offer that is gonna be irresistible. Up until then, you are actually in a good situation here. You're in a very good situation here if you stick with it and stay a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let the process, kind of find it. There's a company here that is supporting you. It's a peaceful arrangement. It's not very good, it's not very bad, but it's just well balanced. If you stay there for a while, something else is crossing path with you, but through this company. So if you are involved with a company now, stick with it. Stay.
Okay.
Yeah, don't leave. Stay.
Great.
Stay. Something is brewing for you. Something is brewing, and it's actually going to be very interesting because it's applying to your talent.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very unique talent. So maybe right now you don't bring this talent into full, aspect of it. But that opportunity is about your talent, and it will give you the place, to actually go with it and
Wow.
express yourself. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Good news, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, Maya, you're wonderful.